Tacky and the Haunted Igloo by Helen Lester, illustrations by Lynn Munsinger. Halloween was coming to nice icy land, and this year was special because the penguins had decided to turn their igloo into a haunted igloo. Wouldn't that be fun and scary for their trick-or-treating guests? For days, Goodly and Lovely had decorated their home with cobwebs, pumpkins, skeletons, warning signs, and all things Halloweeny. Meanwhile, Angel, Neatly, and Perfect worked on treats, yummy gummy Swedish fish, batsickles, and awful waffles. And what did Tacky Penguin do? Snacky Tacky sampled the treats by the dozen and pronounced them beak-smacking good. When the morning of the big Halloween night rolled around, the penguins had a staff meeting. Who was going to haunt the haunted igloo? They were, of course, and that meant they would have to choose a very scary costume. "I'm scared of insects," said Goodly, so Goodly became an insect. "I'm afraid of the dark," admitted Lovely, so Lovely wore a dark outfit with a big black mustache. "The scariest thing I can think of are monsters," stammered Angel, who had become a monster. "And thunder and lightning are worst," added Neatly in a stormy outfit. "As for me," announced Perfect, "I'm afraid of bubbles." "Bubbles? Bubbles?" But Perfect was perfect, so no one dared to ask a question. Now the companions turned to Tacky. "Tacky, what are you afraid of?" Tacky couldn't think of a single thing that frightened him. Nothing. But cried his champions, "You can't wear nothing. It's Halloween. Think, Tacky, think." So Tacky waddled off to a thinking place, and thunk, and thunk, and thunk, snoom. That evening the first trick-or-treaters arrived at the haunted igloo, shivering in delight at the scary sounds like the buzz of an insect and the bulb of a bubble. Cobwebs surrounded the visitors and skeletons popped out of the walls. Ooh, it was so scary! The trick-or-treaters kept coming and coming and coming. And when they had been scared silly, they all departed happily with shivering spines, feathers on end, and bags loaded with Swedish fish, batsickles, and awful waffles. This was the best haunted igloo in the history of the world. But wait, things were going too well. Where, oh where was Tacky? Had he forgotten it was Halloween? Knock, bangety knock! The entire igloo clanked as it shook. Who could be banging so loudly? The noise hurt their ear places. With caution, Goodly, Lovely, Angel, Neatly, and Perfect creaked the door open, and there stood three ghosts who wasted no time in announcing, "We're trick-or-treating ghosties, and we ain't no tooth fairies, so give us all your yummy treats, or we do something scary." Give us all your yummy treats now. That really was scary. And the reason it was really scary was that there were no yummy treats left. Thanks to the visitors, and especially thanks to Snacky Tacky, not a Swedish fish scale, batsickle drip, or awful waffle crumb remained. The three ghosts searched high and low and sideways for treats, but nothing. After finding nothing, they whipped off their costumes. Gasp! The hunters were back. "We're not called hunters for nothin'," they growled, and with that they began the chase. "Gonna eat some pretty penguins, and we're gonna grab 'em by the toe, and we'll pop 'em in the treaties bag. Howdy, howdy, ho!" All this commotion disturbed Tacky's nap. Thinking it must be party time, he thought as he rushed to get ready. Bursting on the scene, he shouted, Is this a scary costume or what? His companions pointed frantically to the big bullies in the doorway. Tacky waddled right up to the biggest hunter, gave him a friendly flipper slap, and exclaimed, "Well, how do you do, bro?" Bro? Bro? The hunter went from looking mean to looking slightly confused. Bro? Like a brother? He mumbled. As he looked at Tacky more closely, the big fellow began to get nervous. Him's got the same bootsies, yep, same pantsies, shirty, and super renders, and same scarfy, yep, and lookin', him's hat's just like mine, gotta be my brother. And then a worse thought hit him, right in his inty-tinty-binty brain. But wait, him's just exactly like me. Him's my twin brother. Then he's my twin, and so sneaky lookin'. Me scared of myself. And at that, all three hunters dove their furry paws over their eyes. So there the penguins were, stuck with three shaking and shivering hunters under their kitchen table. How long would they stay there? A week? A month? Forever? The shivering would wobble the table, and so soup would spill. And where would they put their webbies when they sat down to eat? There was no treats left to coax them out. Maybe, just maybe, they could frighten them away. So they tried their best, or worst, haunting noises. Buzz went the insect. Wubba, 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 moaned the dark one. Reach! Screeched the monster. Boom, biddity boom, roared the thunder. Bubble, blah, 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 bubbled the bubble. Hunters didn't budge. Then Tacky chirped, "Hey, bro, I'm coming home with you." Well, that did it. Up popped Big Bro. And he and his buddies fled the igloo. The hunters yelled, "You's not coming home with me, twinsy brother. You be's too scary." He glumped away as fast as he could, wondering, "Does me have a beak like me twin brother?" And his sidekicks hissed, "You think you were scared? We've been seeing double. Two of you was twice as scary." Back in the igloo, Goodly, Lovely, Angel, Nearly, and Perfect hugged Tacky. Tacky was an odd bird, but a nice bird to have around. The end.